Good evening! I'm coming at you tonight with another paranormal musing. My tripod is messed up, so I'm hoping this isn't crooked. I'm just wearing what I wore to work, so I'm not dressed up for any reason in particular. This is just how I came home, so we're just gonna film like this. Okay, I'm gonna go on a little ramble about something else I've been thinking about a lot lately. That is basically what ghosts, as we so simply call them, what ghosts are doing when no one is around. I do want to throw out there, like, when I'm saying ghosts, I know that's a very simplifying term for something that could be very, very broad, and I do understand that. I know a lot of people don't like to use the word ghosts, but I'm just going to use it here, but please bear with me. So one time I heard it said that cemeteries are not actually haunted. Why? This is all speculation, of course, but this was the answer. One, if ghosts haunt places that were meaningful to them in life, then they most likely would not be haunting a cemetery in death. And two, some people say that ghosts need human energy to function, and that's why they haunt occupied places like buildings and homes. Obviously, there's not a constant human presence at most cemeteries, so obviously a ghost wouldn't want to or couldn't be there if, in fact, these theories are true. Again, this is all speculation, and I'm sure we've all heard of cemeteries known to be incredibly haunted. And if the above theories are true, I'm wondering what would cause a cemetery to be haunted. Some people say that vivid emotions cause energy to linger. So maybe that emotional energy attracts, fuels, or even creates ghostly activity. So then by that logic, there is a lot of sorrow in cemeteries, and maybe that facilitates paranormal activity. But on the other hand, I do really understand the logic behind this idea that cemeteries just aren't haunted. Just because a spirit's body is buried there doesn't mean the spirit has to or wants to be there with it. But I've been thinking about that kind of stuff lately, and also just wondering, like, why do ghosts do the stuff they do? You know, the routine, the stereotypical, the cliche stuff, like turning lights on and off, or turning the faucet on and off, or footsteps up and down the hall, moving things around like your keys. So why do they do that? They do it for us, right? Like, they want us to see this stuff happening. They want us to hear the sounds and see the things, and they want us to react, right? Are they trying to scare us? Are they trying to tell us something? Okay, so assuming that ghostly activity is created for us, like it's happening for us, then answer me this. Why do ghosts haunt abandoned places when there's no one there to scare and no one there to communicate to? Maybe they're attached to the energy that still lingers there. Maybe they're trapped there. Maybe they're patiently waiting for the next living person to come along because time means nothing to them because they're dead. Okay, but here's the real question. When there is absolutely no living human observation in a purportedly haunted location, does the ghostly activity still happen? Think, when a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it still make a sound? In an abandoned building, is there still laughter echoing in the halls? Is there still scratching on the walls? Are there still footsteps on the stairs? Or do these things only happen when there's someone around to experience it? Or at least record it in some way? And going off of that, even in an occupied haunted house, for example, when the residents are out for the day, everyone's gone to work and school, does the activity go on in the house when they're not there? Are the faucets still turning on and off? Are doors still opening and shutting? We've all heard stories like, I got home from work and I saw that all the cabinets were open, or I saw that my teddy bear had been moved, or all the lights were on, but I left when they were all off. You know, things like that. But in what manner do these things actually happen? I'm especially interested in moving objects. So let's say when you're gone, your teddy bear gets moved. Well, did it physically levitate and move to the other side of the room? Or did it just dematerialize from this spot and then rematerialize in the new spot? Or did it suddenly just become somewhere else in the blink of an eye? I know this moving object phenomenon is mostly associated with poltergeist activity, and that has its own mission or whatever, but it's my understanding that just regular old ghosts can move objects too. These are the things I have been wondering about. What does a ghost do when its house or building burns down or gets demolished? Logically, I guess the ghost would just stay tied to the land, right? Or maybe it moves to the closest building, maybe it moves next door. I mean, truly it's a total mystery, and maybe some people know more about these questions than I do, but I do think there's something about the flow of energy that has to do with hauntings. So, I mean, I guess energy would be more concentrated and contained within four walls of a building, so ghosts would be more likely to haunt within four walls because maybe there's some sort of concentration, circulation of energy almost trapped, contained in a building. I think I'm repeating myself. But I do still think that spirits can be attached to an area, like a plot of land or a forest or a cave or something like that. So then that makes me wonder, what is the range of travel for a spirit? I guess it depends on how powerful you are, but how do you level up as a ghost? When I had a brief bout of paranormal activity in my home as a teenager, I was under the impression that that is a traveling spirit because I built my home new. Stuff happened for a while and then stuff stopped. And I thought that's probably some sort of a passing by spirit. I really like to ruminate on how aware ghosts are of us. Are they actually doing their things for us? Like, we think we're important, don't we? Like, we think all this ghostly activity is like laid out for us living humans. Why do ghosts only stick to certain places, like certain domains? And what do they do when we're not around? So, leave me your thoughts. If a ghost slams the door and no one's around to hear it, did it even happen?